Queen poised for a permanent move as she wants to live close to Prince Philip. Exclusive. The Queen is expected to spend more time at Windsor Castle in her widowhood, and remain close to her beloved Philip. The move means Her Majesty will use Buckingham Palace as more of an office than a home. The 950-year-old royal fortress at Windsor has always been her favorite residence, and she has told sources she is now most comfortable living there. Now, some inside the royal circle think she will likely stay there permanently. One insider said yesterday, "The kindest thing to do is to allow her to live where she feels most comfortable." The monarch, who will be 95 next week, has been gradually reducing her duties with the support of aides, who have tailored her program over the past few years. Her time at Windsor had grown from weekends to half the week even before she headed for the castle in March last year to spend most of lockdown there. She has been based at Windsor for much of the pandemic, with about 20 staff isolating from their own families to be able to serve her. The Queen, who has astonished her family with her fortitude since Philip's death on Friday, is expected to remain at Windsor for the foreseeable future. She will return to official engagements when the 2-week period of royal mourning ends on April 22, the day after her birthday. But some aides have insisted the monarch and her senior advisors will eventually return to Buckingham Palace, hosting events there again once restrictions are lifted. One aide said, "Buckingham Palace will continue to be her primary place of work." But officials are reluctant to confirm that the palace will no longer be her primary home. It has been the official London residence of the monarch since 1837 and is regarded as a powerful symbol of the monarchy, as well as a vital tourist attraction for London. Half of all visitors to the capital go to see changing the guard at Buckingham Palace, mainly because it is the Queen's home. However, her main residence is likely to become Windsor, particularly as family members increasingly take over duties such as meeting visiting heads of state and hosting investitures. Before the lockdowns, the Queen typically worked at the palace from Tuesday to Thursday and spent the rest of her time at Windsor. But that is set to increase now. She initially started spending more time at Windsor in February 2006, when she switched to a new schedule ahead of her 80th birthday. A complicating factor is that Buckingham Palace will be a building site for much of the next few years due to a 10-year £369 million renovation plan. The royal family are expected to be out in force to support the Queen at Philip's funeral at St. George's Chapel in the castle on Saturday. His remains will be interred in the royal vault beneath the chapel. The Queen and Philip will then ultimately have a lasting resting place beside each other in the George VI Memorial Chapel, where the remains of her parents and her sister lie. The funeral is expected to attract one of the biggest television audiences of the year. Amid continuing concerns over COVID, officials have asked the public to stay away from the funeral, and avoid gathering at royal residences. Charity donations are requested instead of floral tributes. One senior royal aide said, "The best place to watch the funeral is on television." Confirmed that the palace will no longer be her primary home. It has been the official London residence of the monarch since 1837 and is regarded as a powerful symbol of the monarchy, as well as a vital tourist attraction for the castle on Saturday. His remains will be interred in the royal vault beneath the chapel. The Queen and Philip will then ultimately have a lasting resting place beside each other in the George VI Memorial Chapel, where the remains of her parents and her sister lie. The funeral is expected to attract one of the biggest television audiences of the year. Amid continuing concerns over COVID, officials have asked the public to stay away from the funeral, and avoid gathering at royal residences. Charity donations are requested instead of floral tributes. One senior royal aide said, "The best place to watch the funeral is on television."